Stop trying.
Hello everyone, and what an exciting week of matches this round of 32 was. Some very surprising turn of events for some of the matches, but round of 32 has officially come to a close, and we will be stepping into round of 16 with this mappool showcase. And it's going to be very exciting. My name is Mint. I'm here joined with Alexei. We're both poolers for the Mania 4K World Cup 2025, and we're here to introduce to you the new map pool that you're going to see next week. Alexei, what's up?
Hello, that is correct. You are indeed seeing the next pool, if that didn't already go without saying, but I'm quite excited to show what we have lined up this week.
Absolutely, I'm really excited as well. I can't wait to show these off. These are some really exciting, maps.
For sure.
I'm super excited. That there's just no understating how excited I am for this one.
Indeed.
Yeah, I guess let's just jump right into it, I suppose.
Yeah, no stalling at this point.
Yeah. You've already rated this long. Here's Rice 1. This is his world. This is mapped by Valedict and Hylotl. This is going to be our stream pick. These streams, the BPM is 178, but they do clock up to around 312.
I think it's 311.5 because the streams peak at 1/7.
Yeah, they are the 1/7s. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe Hylotl did the choruses and Valedict did the verses.
Yeah, Valedict did the verses and Hylotl did the choruses. That's more or less how the split went. So it's kind of similar to the split in Otanoke, kind of. I would say.
Yeah.
This is more straightforward. And the patterns, I would say, like the goal of the map was different, but the verse and chorus split. This is pretty much the same idea.
For sure.
Yeah, right here. This is high lotto part. This is the more sustained 1/7 parts.
We're quite familiar with both Hilotl and Valedict making a very fair amount of stream charts, and I believe this will be no different.
Yeah, and I do think this is the first time, the first time they've collabed. I think I want to say.
I think so. Yeah.
It's really interesting. I'm really liking all these like first time collabs in MWC because we're seeing some combinations I've never seen before. But this one, I would say, makes quite a lot of sense given the song and everything.
Yeah. I believe the chorus does repeat once, as we see here.
Actually, fun fact: it's the second half of the second chorus, and then the first half is the first half of the first chorus. That's how it was cut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do know it was cut, and I do believe there's also two versions of this song, and this uses the version that's like slower BPM.
This uses the version that's in the game, I believe. Yeah. The other version is faster, and it's like the zebra head version.
Yeah. It is quite short, as with most repicks, but we are reaching the end. Yeah. That's that.
Yeah. Alright, so that is our Rice 1. Very interesting map. Can't wait to see how players do on that one. I guess we're going to move on to Rice 2.
Yep.
This is Still All Scared of Ouija Boards 1.1, mapped by 11-bit. This is going to be fairly similar to the qualifier, the Heisei Saikyo, but also by 11-bit. But I would say this is more straightforward in terms of just kind of pure like jump stream consistency testing. This is 3 minutes, so this is significantly longer than Heaven Station from last round. And it's a lot more split trill oriented, I would say. Very, very heavy on that front. And yeah, this was really fun. Love the song. Very, very upbeat, very enjoyable, I would say.
Very fun. I mean, I'm sure as we know with 11-bit in qualifiers, this is quite the interesting jump stream map. And I believe if you're just familiar with 11-bit, you know, as I said in the last pick, you can probably know what to expect from such pick.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of these sorts of, like, split trills, like one-handed trills, very, very often in the map. This is a very quintessential part of 11-bit's jump streams, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. It is also quite the stamina killer as it clocks in over 3 minutes.
Yeah, I would say this section right here is the longest stretch that the continuous jump streams actually go. And the anchors do get progressively more difficult, and we get like sort of like a light hamstring here. So it builds up to this sort of moment. It's very, very... well, now it's over, but that's a long stretch of just pure jump stream hamstring.
For sure. It is rather common to see the jump stream pick being not too short before the stamina picks comes in, so it's kind of a both of, what's the saying? Oh my, best of both worlds.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. Again, this clocks in at the 3-minute mark, but got a lot of these sort of like not fully sustained broken jump streams. We're back into the full jump streams, but because of the breaks, I would say it's more leaning towards consistency than like a stamina, like full stamina oriented.
Yeah, for sure. We are now reaching the end, which feels awfully quick, but I'm sure that will not be the case when you play this in match. Yeah. With that, we then go into Rice 3, which is our core jack pick.
Absolutely. This is very interesting. This is Black Knight. This is my map. This is 147.5 BPM. These intro patterns right here, the polyrhythm sort of patterns, are very difficult to hit, but you know it's very it pretty much it's pretty straightforward when you can really get it down. But yeah, anyways, this is really short in comparison to last round. It's a lot more 3-note jack oriented, and that is consistent. It doesn't have the same sort of climax theory going in it. It's pretty consistent throughout the song.
For sure. I believe some people might recognize this as it is uploaded, and it was uploaded around the same time as another chord jack map of yours, but this one ended up being used.
Yeah, this map was made for the Osumania Tanabata Contest 2025. Big shoutouts. I would say it's fairly intentional that this is significantly lighter than Nobore from last round. The BPM increase is pretty substantial, so I think this is... Some players might find this easier, but I wouldn't say, like, easier in every sense. It's definitely... It's shorter. It's a lot shorter. It's a lot less, like, consistency oriented, for sure. But we do have these sorts of, like, 1/8 flams thrown into the ending, so that's definitely something to watch out for.
Indeed. There's always that one pattern. It becomes quite hard to hit if you're not fully focused. But I believe if you're good at chord jacks, you'll be doing just fine on this.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Who knows? And that does bring us to our next pick, which is now much more of the miscellaneous tech, so to speak.
Yeah, this is Winnipeg as mandatory scat feed. This is mapped by Biosphere. This is our Rice 4. I want to say this might be the hardest map in the pool. I don't know about you, but that's just my gut feeling.
It's very safe to believe that.
Yeah, it's 245 BPM, light tech. We got a lot of these sorts of like long jacks, broken jump stream kind of vibe going here. Kind of similar to /A/ Happy Arnold, but I would say this is a lot more heavy. it's pretty scary, these kinds of patterns, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. It's very brutal. And I believe it is what you expect of this slot, as it's quite, what's the word?
Yeah,
heavy on one chord.
Yeah.
But it does have a lot of bursts and mini jacks, as usual.
Absolutely. Yeah, some of these like bursts and long jacks are just really brutal. I do not envy the players in these slightest.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, this is the kind of trick that like normally you would see in Rice 6, but we did have some things now. The order doesn't really matter at that point. It's still kind of the same line of like /A/ and then Happy Arnold from the previous 2 years. It's the same slot, it's just like much more heavy. And yeah, that part right there, the 4-note kind of long jack kind of glut section. It's really tricky to hit. Definitely a choke point you gotta watch out for.
Many tricky patterns. And it is worth mentioning this is only a cut version. So
yeah,
if you really want to try, you can always give the full version a shot.
Yeah, the consistency aspect is a lot more difficult there, I would say, with the uncut. Luckily, we're very nice to the players, so we're giving you guys a short, like, less than 3 minute here.
How generous.
We're the most generous poolers.
Sure.
Many are saying this.
Just make all picks over 5 minutes. But with that said and done, this pick is done.
Yeah, and with that, okay, so that's Rice 4. That's kind of our sort of like light tech pick. And it looks like we're gonna get right into Rice 5. This is our dump pick. This
I
is
love
Celebration by Miari Chesu, 1.05.
This one's really good. Not much I can say besides that, and that is probably a little biased, but I think this is great. I mean, the song choice, this is something. And Miari Chesu does make a return, because last year they also mapped the same slot for the same round.
Yeah. This one I would say is definitely kind of a step up from Supernova from last year, and also a step up from Kansaite from last round. But I would say it's in the ballpark for sure. It's got, you know, the sort of classic like hip hop dunk kind of vibe to it for sure. You really have that encapsulated in this one map. It's very, you know.
It is very, what's the word to describe how it plays? It's quite flowy, I guess you could say. Works very well, especially for the slot.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say it's probably on the easier side of the Rice pool, but it's still really tricky just given all the like varied snaps and sort of like you really have to concentrate with some of these patterns, especially this section right here. This kind of like rap solo section, that part is really tricky, but luckily it's very short.
Indeed. It's got quite, yeah, as you said, quite the varied snaps, despite being fairly flowy in the sense of, what's it called? Being a dump, or the dump slot.
Yeah, for
Heck,
sure.
the dump slot, yeah, I don't know. I think makes sense, and it is on 1.05.
Yeah. A little fun fact, I've been asking Miari to map this for maybe over a year now.
You got your wish.
Finally have this featured.
I think it turned out great.
It did turn
really
out great.
good.
I love this one. I'm gonna play it all the time from now on.
With the very, very, very fitting background as well.
Absolutely.
Steam
I'm a
happy.
big fan of that guy.
Quite.
And it's just kind of getting more of the same at the ending here.
Yep. Not much more you can really point out past this point. I believe this is a repeat of the beginning.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Pretty much just wrapping things up as things come to a close on this map here.
Yep.
I love
That
that
does
last
bring
bass
us
sound. Whoa.
To the end of Rice 5.
Yeah, that's the end of Rice 5, and it looks like we'll be moving straight on to Rice 6. Actually, before that, a little secret to tell you, Alexire.
What would that be? Oh, okay.
Take it away. And yeah, that was Shiraku. This was mapped by ODZ0, also known as DZ, also known as Darkstar. This song was composed specially by Kashiwa Daisuke for us. We're very honored to receive such a wonderful song from such a talented musician. Yeah, Shiraku. The background you're seeing here was made by Panthulu, who did the graphic design, and also I would say, yeah, Sakura 06 as always for design coordination, and also Panthulu for design quality assurance. Thank you so much to the design team. I would love to use this as a wallpaper for myself. It's really pretty. And yeah, I suppose, I mean, we can talk a little bit about the map. It's very kind of glut heavy. A lot of these sorts of flams going on, 162 BPM. As you might have noticed in seeing the video earlier, it's very back half heavy. I wouldn't say backloaded per se, because that carries some negative weight. But I will say that the sort of climax theory idea that was present in Nobore from last round is kind of present here as well. This sort of like idea of like a growth in the map, and I think that kind of adds a lot to it as a kind of an artwork. But of course, it is a tournament map, so we did have to tone it down substantially for the release of this one. And yeah, Alexar, any words?
Not much. I can just say that if you told me in like 2023 that we'd have a custom by Kashiwa Deluxe, I would not have believed you. This song is so good. Yeah.
I've been a huge fan of this artist for the longest time. I'm so happy that we're able to finally have him featured.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with that being said, that's the end of the rice pool, and we're going straight into the hybrids, I guess.
That is true.
We have Amna Halizi by GZ Dongsheng. This is going to be a pretty big step up from of Haben from last round. Going from 200 to 230, though I will say the patterns do get a little bit easier here. Or at least more straightforward. I wouldn't say easier, of course. But yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. What's it? GZ, Dongsheng. They made a few maps last year. I forgot which, but they did fill the hybrid one slot a majority of the time, and they are making a return.
Well, I wouldn't say majority of the time, but definitely quite often that you would associate them with hybrid one to an extent. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, I mean, this map is honestly, it is pretty straightforward. A lot of these sorts of like straightforward 230 BPM sort of patterns. Just a few bursts every once in a while, but like pretty much just like broken jump stream LN kind of thing going on. Yeah, it's pretty standard for your hybrid ones, especially in early game.
Yeah, if we compare this to last round, it is quite the step up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you said that already. I'm losing track here. Yeah. Anyways. It is also on the shorter ends. But I think that is the case with most hybrid ones.
Yeah. I mean, that triple sort of like anchor is pretty rough. But yeah, getting into the chorus section here, we're kind of getting like a long note rice kind of switch on and off kind of thing going on here. Yeah,
it is very tricky. Goes between, you know, long notes, LNs, as you expect. All majority, 1/4.
Yeah, absolutely. And we get to this last section, closing out the map right here.
Yep. That is that.
Yeah, and I mean, It's definitely a huge step up from of Haven, but I think it's manageable for round 16 nonetheless.
Yeah, I do think it is very well within round of 16 range.
Yeah, it's definitely on the harder side now, whereas of Haven was probably more on the easier side for last round.
Yeah,
I think that's how I would put it at least.
but let us go to our next hybrid.
Yeah, another relatively short map. We have Virtual Resort by Toph Daddy. This one's kind of unique, honestly. I can't really think of a map that is too similar. I mean, it is a sort of like light shield based hybrid, but honestly, it's very different from previous shield hybrids that I've seen at least.
Yeah, I do think it's very interesting because it's like, what's it called? The Rice difficulty feels very bursty almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely that's definitely how I put it. It's very bursty for sure.
Yeah, it's
This section right here, these LN gluts, very tricky for me, but it seems yeah.
and very much of a hybrid.
A lot of the one-handed sort of stuff going on as well.
Yeah. But I do think this is the first Toph map we have for this year.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising. We usually have one featured a little earlier, but yeah.
Wow.
Nonetheless, this is yeah. Hello, Toph. Shout
I'm
outs.
sure this isn't the last you'll see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A little
Yeah, I
break
think-
section.
Yeah, those one-handed trills were pretty funny, but yeah, now we're sort of getting into this like bursty section.
Once again with the very shield-heavy focus.
Yeah, on it is pretty light. The shields. I mean, the way that they're patterned just make it pretty tricky because there's a lot of the holds that kind of come together.
Indeed. As you see, more of these very heavy rice bursts and go straight into more LNs.
Yeah. I would say the ending is maybe a little bit, definitely something to watch out for. Well, actually, yeah. I mean, yeah, that is Hybrid 2. Again, pretty short, all things considered.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we can just jump straight into Hybrid 3.
This
is Igaku!
interesting.
Yeah!
Yeah,
You guys know
I don't even know what to say. Well, you mapped it, so anything you can say?
Yeah, this one, I don't know how to describe it. Honestly, I don't really think that there's any other map like it.
For a Hybrid 3, it's especially an interesting approach. I feel like I've never seen this kind of thing in a tournament, really.
Yeah, I can't think of any other map to compare this to, honestly. Like, there's just, it's really, really hard to even think of any. We have this pattern right here, the Hope Gadget special.
Such a good pattern. Yeah. Very dumpy, as you can see. There's also have some fairly light shields.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm trying to think of something here, but you know, nothing comes to mind. It's just one of those picks, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. It's really hard to describe it. I can't think of any way to really like compare it. It's just very different from. It's very vocal dump heavy, I guess. A lot of these like sort of mini jacks here. I would say it's like more rice heavy, but the LNs are definitely really like intrusive. If you're playing it like a rice map, you definitely can't sharpshoot it in that sense.
Yeah. It is under 2 minutes. I don't actually know if we have any others that are under 2 minutes. Other picks.
Yeah.
But that said, that is the end of this interesting pick. And
Yeah,
that does
it is really short. Again, the hybrids are fairly short this round.
Yeah, does bring us to the LNs.
Yeah. We got another short map here with Hachigatsu Bo Tsukiyakari. This is mapped by Hightex and Fabrex. This is more of a reasonable step up from Kuju Bunkai. I would say, like, in fact, you might think that it's easier until you get to the second half, because I think the first half is pretty light, all things considered.
For sure. I believe it's, once again, Hightex. They did make, was it only 1 or 2 coordination slots last year?
I think it was at least a
2.
couple, for sure.
I mean, last year alone, I think.
Yeah.
Or multiple years combined, a bit more than 2. But yeah, it's a good song choice for coordination, and I do believe
I agree.
it is something you would expect to be coordination, especially.
Yeah, 220 BPM, it really does fit very well for a round of 16, for sure.
Yeah, I did just point out in the previous pick that it was under 2 minutes. This one is also under 2 minutes, but it is a bit shorter, making it the shortest map in the pool.
Yeah, I suspect that as the pools go on, we will have longer and longer LN coordination picks. Because that's just generally how it goes.
That is how it goes. I mean, we've seen previous years always end up being on the longer side.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the game.
But yeah, here we have they're very short for these 2 rounds. But it does spike a lot here. This part's really difficult, honestly.
For sure. And before you even know it, we're already at the end. So that does bring us to our density pick.
Yeah. Why don't you start us off with this one?
I guess I can. Yeah, this is Origami by XI. Still don't know how to pronounce the name, but I do believe
a bunch of different ways at this point.
I believe this song is well known for the love set, but
well, I think this song is well known in general, honestly.
Yeah. This does bring us to a density approach, which is rather interesting, I think, but I do think it turned out well. Yet, I don't think we've ever seen a density pick this short, have we?
Yeah, I mean, for a density pick, it's definitely very short. But it definitely packs a punch here, especially in these sorts of sections. You definitely can't let your guard down for these sorts of calmer sections.
Yeah, and I do believe the short length does cause this approach to be slightly different, not in the sense of how they release, but more so the patterns themselves, as they feel fairly tricky to rather hit, rather than, I think. So
yeah,
this is
this is the core
section.
The core section.
Yeah.
We got some like 1/6 burst sprinkled in there.
It's interesting for sure. This last section, this section in the last section is the closest thing you get to a break before it goes.
Yeah.
I can do heavier sensor patterns, but being very short, there's not much you can say. That does bring us to the end as well. Another short pick, but not to be underestimated.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was LN2. I guess we're moving on to LN3. This is anti-safety zone. Oh, we gotta slow scroll speed here. Anyway, this is a GB Rick map. This is actually a collab between GB Rick and UTC.
That is correct. I believe the first half was all UTC, and the last half was GB Rick. And I do think this is also the first appearance of GB Rick appearing in the map pool.
Yeah, this is GB Rick's first appearance in the map pool.
Yeah. Quite the surprise for a first appearance, especially since they're also a playtesting manager. So, balancing quite a few things here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot. There's a lot that GB Rick's been doing this year behind the scenes. We're gonna give GB Rick a huge shout out.
Yes.
But yeah, this again, this is a collab between GB Rick and UC So just to be clear, that first half was UC section, I believe. There's more or less. That's how it was split, I think.
Yeah. I do think this is GB Rick section. My god, stuttering. Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry?
I would say this is a lot more diverse than Night Theater. We do still have the shield sort of focus here, but we also get kind of like the Ellen Jack, like slower, like Jack patterns, as we saw earlier in the map, and just come back later at the end of the map as well.
Once you get to the last quarter here, it just does not let down.
Yeah, and we also have some like just bursts kind of sprinkled in all over the place for this map. These shield that section right there is pretty tricky. This is the Ellen Jack that I was talking about right here.
There's quite a few of those, but I believe this section right here is the hardest of the field.
I think it's the same from what I remember. Yeah, the map ends pretty quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, that is LN3. Wow. It's like the map pool is over in like before you know it.
Wow. Already at the tiebreaker.
Yeah, we're already at the tiebreaker. Can you believe it, Alexei?
I
at the
can't.
tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker, just a map away.
Just a map away. It really is. And wow, what do you know? Operation Zenith Fall, huh?
Huh. I feel like I've heard this song before.
Map by GB Rick? Is that right?
I think so.
Oh my goodness.
I do believe this is a collab though with GZ Dongsheng, Fola, and you, Mint.
Yes, this is a collab. This is me, GB Rick. GB Rick did most of the, I think a good portion of the mapping. I think maybe like 126 seconds of drain time, and then GZ Dongsheng and CRZ Fola 1217. You'll see the names in the bottom left there of each section, but it's kind of hard to see. It's very small, but yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like this map has a lot of aura to it. I like it a lot.
I think the end result is very, very interesting. Because when I initially heard this song, I felt like it wasn't very tiebreaker-esque for Mania.
Yeah. No, I think when you compare it to something like Anti-Neutrino, it definitely makes more sense.
Yeah, I do think that is the best comparison we have here. Yeah, we do go straight into it. Got this Hybrid 1-esque feel to it here. Mix of
for sure.
Rice,
a lot of the patterns just feel like Hybrid 1 on steroids, I think. Although there's a lot of like weird tricky parts to it as well. I would say.
There are certainly some sections in here that are very eye-opening. I think really cool.
Yeah, some of these, like this part right here, this part is really wonky.
Kinda got this 1/4 focus with these braces intertwined. But, you know, as a tiebreaker spell, sections diverse and we're already in the section.
Yeah, I mean, we're building up to a very interesting part right here.
I believe this used to be much harder.
It did it was a lot harder before, but it's
Yeah.
It's always nice to see.
It is. It is fairly short, so if that is something you struggle with, it doesn't last too long.
Yeah, we're getting into the sort of like build-up section right here.
But none that can see the true nature of your mission. Trust your instincts.
We do have to build up into the whole second half of the song. In typical tiebreaker fashion, of course, it's far from over.
For sure. Yeah, we're getting this really intense build-up section here, Rice here. This part is really crazy. These bursts, they just get harder and harder. Right here, this build-up is so difficult to hit.
Yeah. But then we go into the main section of the song. The preview point, as you will.
Yeah, this verse is really funny right here. And we're back to
Let's do
this.
it. Of course.
It's shorter this time. It's more manageable.
That is true. There are still a few hard sections left.
Begin the mission.
Yeah, we got one more, like just a repeat of the sort of like the LN chorus main drop, and then we get some Rice as build up into the final drop, which is also Rice. What a surprise!
It is actually a big surprise, I feel. Typically, Rice sections don't make up the main.
I think for
Probably
speed
like-
core, it's pretty common to have.
Yeah, this song definitely does have that. It's the previous section that was all LN, so this time it's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
with it.
And yeah, that is Operation Zenith Ball, mapped by GB Rig, me, GZ Dongsheng, and CRZ Fola 1217.
It's quite the tiebreaker.
Yeah, for sure. This one, it's quite an enjoyable experience for a tiebreaker, I would say so.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is a really good rendition of the song. It's just been done quite a few times.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
But yeah, that does wrap up round of 16.
It does. Oh, it's over so fast.
Wow. Surprise.
Yeah.
Is there anything to say to wrap it up?
Aside from the usual, I don't think so. Like, all the schedules are posted on the server. We'll see you next week, etc., etc. Banners, I suppose, if people are buying.
Are they out yet? I actually did not know that.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't
Oh,
know.
well, we'll find out for sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
They are out.
They are out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go buy them
Please,
if you have the money.
respectfully buy them.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. And yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it for us. We'll see you next week
Yeah.
for another round of exciting matches and something else.
There's always something to look
There's
for.
always something else.
Yeah. Well, I believe that does wrap things up. So, good luck. Have fun.
Yeah, good luck and have
Yeah.
fun, for sure. That really is the mantra for us here. Bye!
Bye-bye.
しまってしまいが理解してしまう前に繋いだ後からこぼれ落ちていることあなお君の存在 You don't give me little sign I can't control I can't control I can't control